I currently own a real estate company, so we buy and lease homes. So I have about 10 homes at the moment. And then my family has a business in Trinidad. That's where I'm from. So my dad is part owner of a company that operate chemical plants. So we have 14 chemical plants that we operate with roughly 1,200 employees. Our area of expertise is the technical side of understanding the technology that these plants use, and then we upgrade the technology if necessary, but also we do maintenance, shutdowns, everything. So the owners of these plants hire my dad's company to basically take care of every aspect of the operation. So I'm on that board for that company because of my dad's ownership. A while back, probably 6-7 years ago, my dad and I had a discussion about getting involved in the business, understanding it, because it has to do with a lot of engineering, and my background is finance, economics. So it's very different. So he decided to take me under his wing, kind of put me through engineering orientation program that lasted about a year. And I used to go to Trinidad every 2 weeks, and then I'm back in Houston in 2 weeks, and kind of basically train me like an operator on the plant to understand what it takes to operate the plant. It was a good experience for me, because then I'm on the board, I could then have that extra dimension to me in terms of contributing, right? Passion-wise, as you could tell in the background, I love to cycle. I picked it up while I was in university. I needed transportation, I didn't have a car. So I bought a bike and used my bike as transportation, and I ended up liking riding. And then I started to compete and took it very seriously, but then I got a soccer scholarship, so I stopped cycling at the time. And then when I moved back to Houston, I started back to pick it up, started racing, been riding ever since. It's been a long time, so it's a part of me. It's who I am, right? So I love it. I've met a lot of interesting people. I've traveled a lot of places because of it. It's just something that keeps me grounded. I coach soccer at church, so I coach kids as well as the adult league. And then I mentor a kid at a middle school in our neighborhood. So I'm part of the school's mentoring program. I was introduced to TEDx a while back. I was told by a friend of mine who is big into motivation. He's very religious. He's into continual education. And we're talking one day, and he goes, "Well, you should look at TEDx, and you should look up this on YouTube." And I went in, and I was like, "Oh wow, this is amazing." What caught me was how prepared the speakers were.
Yeah.
And then the topics were not your everyday topics, but there were topics that if it was everyday, the perspective was very different, where you left going, "Oh wow, I did not see it from that perspective at all," right? So for me, seeing that, it was kind of like, yeah, those guys know what they're doing. That is definitely a lot of levels above what other people are doing.
Yeah.
And to me, it was kind of like it left a lasting impression for me, because then it was like, yeah, that's what I need. That's what I want to do. I could see myself doing. I kind of connected what having a gift is, and the importance of why you're given a gift, and the importance of bettering the world around you. And also, I realized there's a lot of people out there that are hurting, suffering, and if I could do my little part of taking my gift just to provide even 5 minutes of comfort or a person where they can forget their suffering, then I think I'm doing a part of the big picture. Because I think if everybody pitches in and uses their gift to solve certain things globally, in the long term, our world is going to be a better place to live in, right? Each one of us pitches in and use their gifts to better, whether it's the people around them, the community, the world at large. So it was these two things that kind of came together. And for me, I wanted to then not only impact the people around me, but how can I then impact people on a bigger scale, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is how I came to the fact that if I could get my voice, not just from one person or the people I'm meeting, but to a bigger scale, then it spreads at such a faster pace, and it goes further than I could ever imagine. And then your gift is then being given exponentially to people that you can't reach physically, right?
Right.
So I felt like that was the next phase in evolving my gift, or having my gift evolve into something like greater, right? for greater purpose. So that's when that whole public speaking and wanting to get my message out there. And that's why I came to you guys, because I was looking for a platform that can do that. But also I felt like, the imposter syndrome. I felt like I've never done this before, and am I really capable of doing it? This is a big difference, me and you talking one-on-one as opposed to me talking to like a huge audience, right? So I went online and I typed in public speaking stuff, and your president came up and I saw his video and I was like, that guy's awesome. And his personality was kind of reminding a little bit of me, right? So I kind of typed in and kind of did some research, and Mike and I had a discussion, and Mike interviewed me in terms of, Nigel, tell me what your idea is, why you want this idea to be put out there. And what I found was he was very helpful in solidifying, is this something I am really about to embark on? And is this what I really want to do, right? And as I was answering the questions, it came clear to me that yes, this is something that I could see myself doing. So then he put me on to you, and in your discussion, it just basically blew up. It was like the switches just kept going off, like, yes, like, this guy gets it. This guy understands where I'm coming from. He's giving me pointers. He's telling me what about this. So it just like crystallized, like everything just came together and it just locked in place. And it was like, like a rocket ship, everything lines up and it's ready to launch, right? And then when I did the intensives, it really solidified how you guys approach getting someone from an idea to execution to then taking it to probably a stage that they probably didn't anticipate they could have taken it, right? To other areas, right? And when I went through the intensives, I was like, for me, it was very therapeutic, I'll be honest, because the topic I'm talking about it's a very close topic, sensitive topic for me personally, and I've never really dealt with it on a personal level. I've experienced it, but I never dealt with it, right? It could be because a lot of males have this thing about being tough, and you gotta. I never really sat down and really dealt with it. So doing the intensives, it was a self-searching, reflection, come to Jesus kind of moment for me. To me, that's a testimonial that what you guys do is not, it's a very thorough process, right? It's not a fly by night. It's not, let's just get you out there and be done with it. As I said, it was therapeutic, right? And it's really making you confront, come to terms, and then the way I saw it, it was kind of then saying you could do this, and it emphasized how important it is. Right? The importance of what you're doing, Right. Exactly. And to me, that was the last part that for me drove me to kind of say, yes, this is what I have to follow through, because there's so much importance attached to what I'm about to do. Yep. So I love the process that you guys have. I think to be honest, it went past the expectations of what I was expecting. I've become a better father to my daughter and a better husband. It's kind of, through the process, made me do a better job of self-reflection, understanding how I show up, how it affects the people around me, and then the importance of what my topic is, it also relating to my everyday existence with my family. Because I'm talking about connection, right? And it'll be kind of ironic if I'm talking about connection, but I'm not connecting with the people that are closest to me, right? So it's really given me some tools, or it also has made me more aware of the topic that I chose and how important it is to realize that the impact it has not on the people that you're gonna talk to in TEDx, but also the people that are closest to you. Once Sophie, you, and a couple of the coaches once had a conversation, and you guys were able to support what I wanted to achieve, then the accountability was now put back on me to say, okay, you have the tools, we have the confidence in you, so let's get going, right? I think I'll leave with a quote that I picked up, kind of goes to the point of saying, Like attacking life with a little bit of passion is taking life too small, right? It's making life smaller than what it really is. And you got to be capable of living a life that you truly deserve. And I think that in order to do that, you have to take big steps. You can't take small steps. You got to leap big, because, you know, if you keep leaping small, you're going to get to the same destination in a lot longer time. If you take that big leap, you're going to get there a lot quicker. And obviously, the quicker, it's not a matter of getting there quick, but a bigger leap has bigger rewards, right? If anybody is on the fence, I would say just take the big leap and trust the process.